I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel Move It Movie. As today's movie porter, we are moving a South Korean survival TV series, Squid Game. There's also a surprise at the end of the video. You will need it while downloading it from Netflix. Each of the series players have reasons to value the potential prize money over their own lives. The show's lead, Gi-Hun, acted by Jung-jae, owes a fortune to loan sharks and twice as much to the bank, but he wants to take care of his elderly mother and 10-year-old daughter. His childhood friend, investment banker Cho Sang-woo, acted by Park Hae-soo, has been stealing money from his clients. Kang Sae-byok, acted by Jung Ho-yeon, is a North Korean defector who needs a house to get her brother out of an orphanage. The rest of the cast includes obvious good guys and antagonists, but they all have compelling enough backstories to explain why they would let themselves be lured into the game in the first place. The game itself is a nightmarish childhood vision, where losing at a traditional Korean kids game, including universal games like red light, green light, or tug of war, means a bullet to the head, or a more gruesome death. Masked attendants in bright costumes machine gun the field of contestants and collect their bodies after each event, placing the eliminated, both dead and dying, into caskets decorated as gift boxes. The players enter and exit the playgrounds through a pastel maze out of an M.C. Escher painting. Squid Game's visuals, which juxtapose symbols of immaturity with graphic violence, add to the dissonance that powers the show. It all reads as ridiculous, frivolous fun that Korean adults normally only engage in if they're celebrities on variety shows like Running Man or Knowing Brothers at least, until the bodies start dropping. Though a decent-sized subplot follows a detective who investigates who's driving the competition, the game itself is more compelling than the mechanism behind it. The secrets ultimately don't amount to anything more than what the players and viewers learn while going through the experience. The ride is much more compelling, especially because the game masters manipulation of the players, and the players' manipulation of each other, both keep the audience guessing throughout. The audience is also led to feel the same absence of time as the players, who stay in a windowless compound regulated by lights out and play times, with one round a day. The haunting score by Parasite composer Jung-jae adds to the constant tension. Squid Game, at its simplest, is 9+ hours of watching average people, loaded with immense debt, make increasingly desperate and homicidal decisions while still trying to hold on to their humanity. The game attendants note at the start that all the players joined the game of their own free will, literally offering up their lives in exchange for a chance at something better. Once the game levels up and victory involves consciously killing other people to get the largest share of the pot, the hope for wealth gets replaced by questions of humanity. These questions are deeply intimate rather than lofty. There's no hand-wringing about capitalism and the state of the world, just the question of whether survival is worth watching a friend die. The show's message sounds like a self-help idiom: a person's choices make up their life. What you do with your circumstances is what counts. Squid Game is that ethos dialed up to 100. Who's behind the curtain, what societal circumstances led to the game's founding, who knows that the game is occurring, and who turns a blind eye? None of these details are the real point. The show succeeds because it creates two-dimensional characters and respects every choice they make, whether to help or harm, keep their humanity or sacrifice it for profit. While the game itself is a parable, the characters are fully, empathetically human. Watching Squid Game is uncomfortable. It's tempting to fast forward, either to skip the gore, or to bypass the sense of dread when the show stretches out some of the lethal rounds. While the discomfort could be written off as the price of admission for watching a death game, it really affirms the audience's own humanity. If viewers don't watch with a deep empathy for the characters, the show would be pure voyeurism, the entertainment of watching game pieces knock each other off the board. Hwang and his team take immense care with all of the players, laying out how they're stuck in a horrible system, and just trying to make it through at any cost. Squid Game is exciting and startling intense, but that care is what really makes it worth watching. While the show is undoubtedly brutal, Squid Game is more than just baseless violence. In fact, deep down, it's a story about society and just how far an individual is willing to go for money even if it means risking death. To download Squid Game for offline viewing, a third-party downloader is highly recommended. That is StreamFab Netflix Downloader. It's an integrated downloading solution which allows you to download all episodes in one go. Please find the link of this downloader in the comment.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.